cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Big Trapper.
I flex with you. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trappers happening in TNN Trap News Network. Back in this thing, like cook cracking this thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's come to my attention that we have surpassed that 31,000 threshold, and we are giving away the chili May the 16th at 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. So make sure that you're around for that chili giveaway May the 16th, Sunday, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time, man. No long intro, no long talking, just giving y'all that chili out that y'all been waiting on, man. With that being said, let's get to the clip. Let's slide right into this content, man. The homegirl Henny got some things to say. They saying that this boy WACK has been stealing money from the church. This nigga WACK ain't got no boundaries, boy. Let's get into this content. That girl Henny.
The girl Henny, do you know who she is? She a blogger or something? Yeah. It's like, where did this lady come from? She on your life, G.
This video and this content are operated by and protected underneath the guides of the Fair Use Act. It will be used for reporting, commentary, but most importantly, my review. So hey, YouTube, and anybody who gets butthurt, do not come copyright striking my channel. Also, everything in this video is alleged according to what is known in public documents. And we aren't stating it as a fact because we weren't there, so we don't know what really happened. What's poppin', everybody? It's your favorite goss and doctender, that girl Henny. And today, I'm going to be taking y'all back down a little stroll of memory lane. Way back to when I pulled this document for this court case, way back when. When did I pull this court document? 2 years ago. And for 2 years, this video has been up on my page, but it hasn't been picked up, and that's okay because since Adam and WACK's show aired on Sunday, I have decided that I was going to get back on WACK's neck. And the reason for this is because he is a shady, shisty businessman. And because of his shady, shisty businessman ways, we're going to be going through all of WACK's dealings all week long, breaking down every case.
Oh, it's WACK week on Henny. Okay.
That I have, every court doc, I should say, I have read over the course of these past 2 years. Now, as you know, from the intro, you heard WACK has been claiming he doesn't know me. And it's true. He doesn't know me, but he has heard of me and he does know of me because I've been standing on his neck for about 2 years. Now, I took a break, but now I'm back with the jump off. Hey, but now I'm back with the jump off. And we're going to be going down into these court docs about WACK defrauding a church. Dun, dun, dun.
Now, real quick, before Henny tells this story, let me give y'all my story about WACK in his church. And I know she's not lying. I just hit Henny up on Instagram the other day like, nigga, you know about the church? So, is ignoring folds while mugging. I have no idea what that means. So look, maybe during the pandemic, WACK had a homie named Vince. Vince, a flu flammer, a skulldugger, and a larcener. How do I know that Vince, a flu flammer, a skulldugger, and a larcener? Because Vince flu flammed me. I was a victim of the flu flam. It's all right. Players fuck up. But Vince flu flammed me. So Vince does have ties to the entertainment industry. Vince does have ties to record labels and things like this. Jason Marshall, what's the deal, fool? Jason Marshall, you might remember this. So this nigga Vince is WACK's homie. You feel me? Vince played me out of a little like $3,000-$4,000. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was my chili though. And how he got me out the chili was we met on Clubhouse, and then Vince would go from LA to Atlanta. And then he knew some of the same people who I knew in Atlanta, but I never asked the people who I knew how they knew him. I never asked that question. They just said that they knew him, and I was like, all right, whatever. And I'm moving fast. I'm making money. I'm doing what I'm doing, so I ain't really worried about too much of nothing anyway. Short story shorter, Vince has me meet him at his Buckhead office. This nigga's such a flu flammer, he rented a peer space to have a meeting. He rented an office off of peer space to have a meeting with me to give the perception of success. So I meet him at the office, and then he like in his flip flops and all that kind of stuff. Like it looked like he be in and out that office comfortably. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like dressed like nothing crazy or whatever. So I'm like, damn, this kind of do make sense or whatever. The blah blah blah. He's not bummy looking, but he looks really comfortable. Like it's his off day. He came into the office to meet me and all that kind of stuff. Like everything is adding up. You feel me? So we talking blah blah blah, and I wanted marketing, advertising, and promotion. So I gave him $3,000 or $4,000. Don't let me lie and say how much it was. Either way, go. Pew, Vince run off on the bag. So now you got the girl Keita who be on Clubhouse lying, saying that she big Eunice and saying that she whack niece. That girl, I've known her since I was 16 years old. And we was on Clubhouse, we was talking, and I got on Vince's head like, Wookie Bam, I need my chili, Wookie Bam, I'm tripping. And I'm tripping. Like I'm Wookie Bam, blah, blah. So now it's me, Vince, Keita, Wack, and then I got my brother on the phone, but my older brother, but he on mute because he don't be believing that I be really tripping on ish, blah, blah, blah at the time. So I got him on the phone, but he just on mute. And I remember I tripped. Man, I need my chili when I see you out Wookie Bam and blah, blah, blah. I'm blotted with the and I step with the bag. You feel me? I say a bunch of stuff that's gonna get my channel take it down. Wack say, man, get back his money because we don't want no problems with that little and blah, blah, blah. Because Keita's already told him he's gonna crash. And then Wack goes, wait, that's the same. And then he's saying like the name that people be calling me. He goes, that Wookie Wack blah that ran up on me? Yes, the same one, Wookie Bam, blah, blah, blah. So Wack was like, oh yeah, I've already had dealings with him. Give him his money back and blah, blah, blah. And talking too much, I get the chili back, boom, Vince in the Apple Pay, I get the chili back. And talking too much, Wack say, you can't play with him the same way we play with people in the church. He not a church ninja. This little ninja's in the streets doing blah, blah, blah this. And then I correct Wack, don't call me no little ninja, because I swear to God, I trip on the phone. Nigga, who you calling a little ninja? He's a Wookie Bam, and I flash out on him, because you ain't in no position to call me a little ninja. But back to the story though, Wack was like, he not the church people. You can't steal from him the way you steal from the church people. You can't finesse him the way you finesse the church people and blah, blah, blah this. He gonna really come see you and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. Plus he know where my people stay at and all that. It just got deep. So with that all being said, Wack has a history of running plays with Vince because Vince says, nigga, you ran the plays on the church with me. So now I'm on the phone. I got my money back now, but now I'm on the phone listening to Tweedledee and Tweedledum talk about how they stealing from God. It's a true story, man. It's a true story. Now I'm watching Tweedledee and Tweedledum talk about how they are stealing from God. Let's continue the content, though. That's just a little preference going to this.
Now, if you haven't heard of this case before, baby, go get you a fresh cup, nice big red cup, and sit back and relax. And if you have heard this case, I'm quite sure you forgot about this case. So you sit back and relax, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Get comfy, kicking it with Henry, just kicking it. Hey!
Oh.
Now, if you are new here, welcome. Please be sure to like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning Mob Down Henny...
Wack is in Thailand with the final boss. With the final boss of that lady boy. Lady boy, you want lady boy?
Remember? Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. All right, so boom. Hold on.
Hey, so look, this is papaya. I got a juicer. Y'all told you I'll be juicing. So it's black tea, fresh papaya with the seeds. That's to get rid of any parasites you might have in you. With watermelon and apple. But the kids ain't allowed to drink it because it got black tea in it, and the black tea is hella black tea here, so it's caffeine. So the kids ain't allowed to drink it, so I'm the only one that drink it. And then my girl is on a 14-day only watermelon diet. So I could drink out of this. You feel me? Ain't nobody drinking out of me. Ain't nobody drinking out of me. I ain't drinking. And it's healthy. You feel me?
Let me do this before we get started. Just in case my computer want to act retarded. Bars, bitch.
The kids,
all right,
so look, but if the kids would get in trouble, the kids wouldn't be allowed to do that. I'm gonna shut up though. The kids would get
as y'all know, I already brought y'all the paperwork for the trainer and Blueface's trainer David Kaminsky. Now all of a sudden he want to try to dismiss his case and got up there on Adams Live and sat up there and lied on No Jumper talking about I didn't pull no paperwork, I didn't file no case on you. You're a liar. You're a liar and the truth ain't in you. But anyway,
liar and the truth ain't in you. That's from Love and Hip Hop.
So because of that, that brought on this. So Let me take y'all back into time and play this little video for y'all. I promise y'all it's not going to be long, but we're going to play this video real quick just to remind y'all that I have covered this already one time before. This up here. And y'all, if y'all thought the game was something, this may not be nothing to a lot of people, but it's just the simple fact that it is a church. You did this to the church. If you will do this to the church house, you'll do this to anybody.
Random. I accidentally bit into one of the papaya seeds. You're supposed to swallow it whole. That's what it looked like. That tastes disgusting. You're supposed to swallow the papaya seeds whole. You ain't supposed to bite into it. Oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. Swallow them whole. Don't bite into the papaya seeds. It's a good cleanser though. It flushes you out, get all the bad stuff about you, but don't bite into it. It's disgusting.
And I stand by that statement. Because if you will defraud and try to strong arm a church, you will do the same thing to any and everybody that crosses your path. So now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what we're going to do is we're going to re-pull those court docs and we're going to pour up on this. Now, I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to tell you what happened was. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to show you. So let's get this. No, I don't. Well, we could do that. We could do that. We could do that right there. We could do that right there. And I'll stay in the little circle on the side. Court docs with little Henny on the side. Hey. All right. So we're going to pull this over right here. And then we're going to go ahead and put our watermark the way that we like our watermark. Bang. And let's get into this case, shall we? All right. So this case goes way back because I told y'all I was going to be digging in the crates and pulling this stuff up so y'all could be brought up to speed with everything, because every now and again it's good to go down memory lane. So in this court document, it was filed on July 16th, 2020, and it was filed by Episcopal New Life Ministry, doing business as New Life Community Church, a California non-profit. Yes, a church, okay? And it says the complaint is for breach of oral agreement, specific performance, declaratory relief, okay? And they was going up against Travis D. Wilson and Cash M. McJones. I wonder if that's the same Travis that was involved in that whole no jumper situation with Mozzie and all of them. I got to put my ear to the street and figure out if that's who this is. But anyway, let's continue.
It's my judge.
So the general allegations for this is, at all relevant times herein mentioned, the church was a nonprofit corporation duly organized and existing under the laws of the state of California with the principal business in the county of Los Angeles, okay? Now, at all relevant times herein mentioned, the defendant, Travis D. Wilson, from here on forward will be mentioned as Wilson. And let's see, all other relevant herein mentioned defendants, BRH Holdings, LLC, which is a limited liability out of the state of Florida, doing business in Pompano Beach, okay, which is something that WACK likes to do. He likes to do business in Florida, too. Mm-hmm. Then you've got the defendant, Cash M. Jones.
It's something about the taxes in Florida that he likes. It's like a loophole with taxes and shit like that in Florida that he likes.
Moving forward, and he's an individual who resided in the county of Los Angeles with the business of Fifth Amendment Entertainment, which is doing business in the county of Los Angeles, California. All right? So now you know who the defendants are. Let's get into it, shall we? So it says, on or about June 11th of 2017, the church entered into agreement to purchase a building in Lancaster, California, okay? A large land parcel of approximately 1.5 acres for the price of $250,000. Kimberly Jones represented the church. So at this time, WACK and Kim were separated, but they were still doing their business, right? Okay, well, she was still doing her business. Now it says that she represented the church as their real estate agent in the transaction. So she was the real estate agent in the transaction for the church to get the building and the property, all right? Now it says, in or about February 29th, informed the church that her husband, which was Cash Jones, has offered to advance the church $250,000 needed to purchase and acquire the subject property. Unknown.
The church needed $200,000 for a property. Here come WACK coming in. Oh, I got 200 for you. I got 200 for you. Nigga, you extorted the church? WACK extorted the church? You have no boundaries, bro. You are boundaryless. You have no boundaries.
The church at the time, WACK and Travis Wilson were to split the $250,000 with the church paying, defendant paying $125,000. So WACK was going to pay the $125,000. This Travis Wilson person was going to pay $125,000, which was going to then be the loan for the church to get the building and the property, okay? As part of the consideration of the loan, the church, Cash McElroy Jones, and Travis Williams were to take a temporary interest in the property.
Am I the only one that just looked around looking for their phone to ring? Am I the only one that just did that? Am I the only one that just had that moment? Let me know in the chat in the comments if you looked for your phone just now too and then forgot that you're actually looking at it and that's in your hand. So it had to be the video, not you.
Property and the land, right? Through their respective corporations until the church repaid them back. So they were going to take their property. So we know that WACK's property was the Fifth Amendment property, and Travis, his is BRH Holdings. So you got BRH Holdings and you've got Fifth Amendment. It's crazy how everybody who seems to get a building with him is some type of holdings. Because remember, we heard a lot about JTT Holdings and Cash. It was a lot of different LLCs that popped up in.
Yeah, WACK loves to use the alias and the moniker holding. Maybe that's because he got caught holding his in the passenger seat and got exposed by the Yasminder. Maybe that's why. Because WACK enjoys holding, as we are all now aware of how he partakes in middle of the day activities within the passenger seat of his or someone else's car. Lots of holding going on. A lot of hand-to-hand combat, if you will.
The cover-up of the game, hiding his money from Priscilla Rainey. So now we've got BRH and we've got Fifth Amendment, okay? So he was entering into the contract with WACK and Travis, but they were doing it underneath their businesses. So Fifth Amendment put up $125K and Travis Wilson's BRH put up $125K, all right? Now, the plaintiff's obligation to repay, which is the church's obligation to repay, was conditioned on obtaining a construction loan for the church, for the building and the property, which WACK and Travis were to help the church obtain. So the church was to pay WACK and Travis back for the construction loan proceeds, which then would trigger WACK and Travis obligations to transfer their interest in the building and the land. Now, the reason why I'm saying the building and the land is because saying subject property and all of that, I realize sometimes people aren't able to keep up with all of that. So I'm trying to make this as easy for all of
No, this is not about Jay Reed. This is about WACK stealing money and extorting the church
us as I possibly can. Okay, all right. As part of the agreement, the church was responsible for separating the parcel into two separate parcels, all right? One with the new church and the parking lot would stand on, and the other part.
For those of y'all who don't know, a parcel is a plot of land. So when you buy a plot of land, you buy acres, they call it a parcel. So you can split said parcel into multiple different parcels. Take your one piece of land, bust it down into, let's show you a quick little example. Let's say that this is your parcel right here. And then this is one parcel. It's a plot of land you bought. And then you split it in half. Boom, one parcel, two parcels. You can split it in half. 1, 2, 3, 4 parcels. And you can split it in half again. You got all these different little parcels. Parcel here, or you can have one big piece. WACK wanted to take one parcel, this your parcel, bust it in half, church right here, some other stuff right here, two different sets of properties. He took one parcel, made it into two, if that makes sense. Don't worry about it. Parcels are hard. Don't even worry about it.
Parcel, which would obtain the seller's current structure of Faith Bible Church. So basically, The church was going to have the building, but they were also going to have a parking lot on there, right?
Okay.
So in or about February 19th, all the parties agreed to the above terms, and the defendants, WACK and Travis, and the plaintiff, the church, entered into an oral agreement. So thus far, this is what we have. You've got WACK via Fifth Amendment and this Travis Wilson person under BRH Holdings entering into a contractual agreement with the New Life Church. Fifth Amendment and BRH were going to lend the church the $250,000 that they needed. The church was then going to apply for a construction loan. And once they got the proceeds from the construction loan, BRH Holding and Fifth Amendment, Travis and WACK, would then turn the property over to the church. So basically, they were going to be holding the title and the deed to the property and the building until he paid. All right. So now, in or about March 19th, March 2019, escrow closed for the property and the land with the following owners on the title as tenants in common. So you had Episcopal New Life Ministry, a California nonprofit. You had BRH Holding, LLC, a Florida limited liability company. And you had Fifth Amendment, a Florida corporation that does business out of Los Angeles, California. Just make sure that y'all remember that, okay? As required by the terms of agreement, defendant Travis Wilson, BRH, introduced the church to an affiliate, which was Griffin Capital, to assist the church in obtaining a construction loan on the building and the land. Griffin Capital, in turn, identified a lender, Five Star Banking.
For those of y'all wondering what I'm doing, wiping something out of my dog's face. Come here, Six. Damn dog.
To write a construction loan for the church. On or about January 5th of 2020, Five Star Bank sent the church an expression of interest letter outlining the general terms of the construction loan in the amount of no less than $1,250,000, or 65% of the appraised value of the building and the land. So he ended up getting a loan for way more, $1 million more, than what he owed to WACK and Travis, okay? Now, the church incorporates and realleges by reference each and every allegation contained in paragraphs 1 through 20 and everything set forth, meaning everything going forward, okay? In or about January of 2020, Cash McElroy Jones contacted the church and unilaterally attempted to amend the terms of the agreement by demanding that the church place his wife and his son on the church's executive board, or he would cancel the construction loan with Five Star Banking and not perform under the terms of their oral agreement. Stop.
Why the heck would you want your wife and your son on the board of the church? Nigga, what is you trying to stage a hostile holy takeover? Why does your wife and your son need to be on the board of the church? Like, what the hell does that have going on? You feel me? I need to put Six in some races. She's fast as hell.
So they entered into the agreement, and we just broke down the agreement. The agreement was there was going to be $250,000 given, broken down into two. One portion from BRH Holding, the other portion from Fifth Amendment, on behalf of Travis Wilson and Cash McElroy Jones. The terms of the agreement were: you get a construction loan, you pay us our money back, we take our businesses off of the title. It is yours free and clear once you pay us back the $250,000. Right? Well, now here comes WACK.
WACK is such a power struggle guy. Like, he's such a power freak. WACK the type of nigga to where he only gonna buy a kid candy from the school candy drive if he allowed to be the PTA president. Like, nah, well, I'm not buying no candy if I can't be the PTA president. Like, he just has to control everything. He's a little guy with a big appetite for control. He's a really small guy with a really big appetite for power.
Trying to amend the agreement, telling the church to place his wife and his son on the board, the executive board of the church.
That's crazy.
So, what happened? Well, The church refused WAC's demand, and consequently, the construction loan with 5-Star Banking failed to process any further despite being previously approved. So somehow, some way, WAC was able to contact them people at 5-Star Banking, and because the church did not want to adhere to his demands, he stopped the loan. What does that mean? That means that he now owns the church.
This nigga sick, bro. This nigga sick. WAC stole the church. Nigga, put my picture down. Nigga, you stole the church? No boundaries, bro. No boundaries. This nigga has no boundaries. Nigga, you stole a church? Come the fuck on, bro. Come the fuck on. There's no way that we are talking about this like it's not a GTA heist. Nigga, the church? You going to hell, bro. You going to hell. They got a hot place for they got a hot place for ninjas like you, boy. They got a hot place for ninjas like the church. No absolute boundaries, nigga. No, he is an evil genius, bro. WAC is a comic book super villain. A comic book super villain. You can't tell me that this ain't something out of a ghetto comic book, bro. Hoodman. The Adventures of Do-Rag Dave. He got to save WAC from stealing the local church in the neighborhood. Where's Do-Rag Dave when you need him, man? Because this shit is here.
Him, Travis, and the church are all on the title, and he's not coming up off the title till you give him what he wants. Now, that's a side demand, and that actually has nothing to do with Travis. So I'm wondering if this Travis Wilson person knew that WAC was doing this. So, WAC demanded to unilaterally add terms to an agreement with a threat of
Oh, if WAC and Dr. Umar team up, it's over. It's over. One snatching from the school, one snatching from the church. If WAC was Dr. Wackmar. If Dr. Wackmar becomes a thing, Umar, WAC, Dr. Wackmar, if that becomes a thing, if that Dr. Wackmar becomes a thing, nigga, we're done. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your Bibles, hide your textbooks. They stealing from everybody. This shit is crazy. This is wild.
Performance of his contractual obligation constitutes an anticipatory breach of the oral agreement. Okay?
Dr. Wackmar, bro.
WAC conspired to cause the previously approved construction loan with 5-Star Banking to fail. The plaintiff is thereby excused from performance under the oral agreement by as obtaining the construction loan is a condition precedent to the church's performance. Okay, so the church saying, "Listen, we fulfilled our obligation and paid all fees attended with the parcel split, establishing part performance and oral agreement." Right. So now, the church basically is like, we held up our end of the bargain. He came in and he tampered with it. So this is where this case left off at, right? They were asking to go to court, and this was dated July 15th of 2020. Well, I don't know if I told y'all about this or not, but in 2023, on January 23rd of 2023, there was an order to show cause for dismissal, and it says settlement, which means that there was an outside of court settlement and agreement between WAC, Travis, and the church. So instead of settling this matter in court, it was settled outside of court. Let me show y'all that. Oh, y'all seeing it? Y'all see it right here, and it says settlement. And what happened?
Nigga, WAC is going to HE double hockey sticks.
What happened? So what had happened was there was a request for dismissal of this case with prejudice, meaning it can never be brought up again. Case closed. Did the church get their money? Did they ever get their building back? We don't even know, because there is nothing further But it looks like towards the end, this may have been settled between Travis and the church because they're the only two that show up on this paperwork. But now, what does because if this man, we started here with the church, because if this man will behave in a diabolical manner, shout out to Active Chucks, what's poppin'? If this man will behave in a diabolical manner as to strong arm a church out of an agreement, if they didn't adhere to his terms of the contract, what makes you think that anybody doing business with him is safe? No one is doing business with this man is ever safe. Ever. But to do this to a church shows you have no soul. You have no moral.
Nigga, to do it to the church means that you are a diabolical. WACK has no issues dugging skulls. He is a skull dugger. He has no issue dugging a skull, bro, because he is flu flam. He has no problem fluing a flam. He has no problems dugging a skull, and he's a larcener, bro. That nigga is full of larceny, bro. That nigga is full of larceny. This is incredible. I'm gonna shut up though.
No principle, and it's highly demonic, in my opinion. In my opinion. That's in my humblest of opinions. Now, I have more court docs that I've pulled and that I've covered, and I'm going to be getting into all of those court docs as the week goes on, because I told y'all that I was going to be bringing y'all court docs. As a matter of fact, let's just keep the party going, because that court doc moved very quickly, didn't it? So let's get into the next court doc that I have. Since we got a little bit of time, I'm going to give y'all another one. Y'all want another one? Drop them Henny glasses in the chat if y'all want.
Hold on real quick.
Zero for the neighborhood hero. We got all four corners. TMC, the marathon definitely continues. Mr. Burger right here, live in the flesh. We out here, man. Trap knows. You know that, nigga.
Dangerous. Can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops, check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. Nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let him hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's never outside, nigga.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Friends is hella fake, I know we're enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.